Welcome to the Innate series, the ultimate resource for chiropractors looking to grow, thrive, and align their practice with purpose. In this week's testimonial episode, Dr. Jennifer Benton reflects on 9 years with AMC and how systems helped her continue to grow year after year. Let's get started.
Hi, what's your name? Where do you practice? And how long have you been in practice?
My name is Dr. Jennifer Benton, and I practice in Terre Haute, Indiana, and I have been in practice for about 13 years now.
Wow, okay, 13 years. So been around for a little bit in chiropractic world. How long have you been an aligned member?
For 9 years this month.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So 9 years, you've been in practice, 13 in total. What was it like before you joined Aligned?
So I was fortunate enough to be an associate as a new doctor, and she was a previous, it was AMC, more called, I think it was Advanced Mentoring for Chiropractors back then. And I had a hard time trying to just talk to patients and connect with them and even laugh in the room and just not be so stiff. And she didn't know how to help me, and so she got out her Dr. Owen CDs, handed them to me, and said, "Here you go. Listen to this, see if it helps." And pretty quickly, there was a lot more laughter in the room. I knew what to say. He just broke down the actual steps for me when I first got out of school, because they don't really help you with that in school, of how to just connect with people and have a simple conversation and not such a complicated conversation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to hit on that for a second. You said in school, like, you're not really taught those things. What else has Aligned help you learn from that you don't feel like you learned in school?
I mean, pretty much the entire business side of the business of chiropractic. They teach you how to be a doctor, but not how to run the business side of your practice. And it's not for, I think, no effort from the schools, but it's just hard to, you don't really know where these students are going to end up. And many of them will end up in private practice, but even there, it can vary so much in the system you'll learn or adopt, or the way you're going to manage your patients can be so different. And so there is a business class or two that you're offered, but it's just not nearly enough to really have a full-fledged business that will really produce for you and make you a success in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I hear you're hitting some pretty big goals. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
9 years into AMC, I am still hitting best evers. We had our best ever in February, best month ever, I should say, for collections in February of this year. Okay. And I think now in July we're going to hit it again.
That's amazing.
I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, but
close,
I had told that to my coach too, of just like, I don't want to say it out loud, but I think we're having best month ever until it's like all said and done. I just don't like to count it yet, but I think we're right there.
That's so exciting. Do you have big goals for the future moving forward still?
Absolutely. Just, the idea is to keep growing and just figure out how high is high. And, we hit a goal last year of, I wanted to collect in 1 year what my entire student loan was that I took out from school. Just
a great goal.
That was something I always thought, if I could do that in a year. I think I'd heard that on maybe a Dave Ramsey podcast, where he said that if your education was worth what you paid for it, then you should be able to collect in 1 year what it cost you to get that education.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's a good goal. Could I do that in a year? That's an awful lot. And we did it last year.
Yeah. Yay! That's amazing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. That's incredible. So big goals moving forward. You're going to be hitting lots of great things over the next few years. Yeah. I would love to ask, for someone who's checking out Aligned AMC, what would you say to them if they're on the fence, they're not sure, they're just, figured out who we are? What would you say to them?
Being in business for yourself, you can feel like you're kind of on an island, and that nobody really understands what you're going through, or even if you talk to your fellow colleagues that are in your town or maybe your friends, they might be misguided. They might have their own issues that they're facing that can kind of cast some doubt in your mind about, is that good advice or should I follow that advice? And if you look to other strong business leaders in your town, they probably don't know your business as well as, just because they're successful doesn't mean that they could run a doctor's office successfully.
Yeah.
Our profession, unfortunately, struggles with one of the highest default rates on student loans, I believe.
Wow.
And I just think there's a lot against you especially when you're first starting out, but it doesn't matter if you're just first starting out. You can be 10, 20, 30 years in practice and still be struggling to make business survive. It's not like owning your own business is an easy, process for anyone. I think it's something like 70% of new businesses fail within the first 2 years. So that's all businesses. Given all of that is against you, for me, it's a proven system. It's the right system that I felt after I came and checked it out. It felt good to my soul that this is not just high volume. It's not about, buying fancy cars for me. It's not about, whatever material thing. It's a sense of, am I making a difference in the world? And am I able to keep providing that to the world, because we have such big hearts, I think, in this profession. I think if you're a chiropractor, you're probably outside the box thinker, but a big heart that wants to serve people.
Yeah.
And, there is a lot of hard out there. And when I come here, I feel nothing but love and nothing but supported. And then even as I push against some of the things and they'll tell me to do it, they'll walk me through it. And as I break it down with them, because everything has a reason, literally like every word has a purpose in this system. And it's just been the best resource. I think on a surface level, AMC is a system that they teach you. That's awesome. You've got procedures, you've got protocols, you've got paperwork, you've got all the little pieces that you need to get your staff trained and your building figured out, and that's like surface level.
Yeah.
But beneath that, there's this support system for all the things that aren't written in black and white, that it's the stuff you don't know that you don't know yet is coming for you. So when your landlord isn't treating you right, when your staff is possibly embezzling, when, you're about to go through a divorce and you're really distracted. It's all the things that you don't know are coming around the corner that you're like, how do I handle this? What do I do? Well, hey, here's a whole bunch of people who only have your best interest in mind that have probably known a few docs who have gone through the exact same thing. Because I think if anything in life, I've learned that everybody has gone through something similar at some point. There's probably somebody else who's been in a similar situation. And it's that backbone, it's that support group that, you're not alone in this, and we'll help you figure it out. And this is what we would recommend, and gives you some confidence of how you move forward and how you just survive all of that. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on Innate. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. For more resources, mentorship opportunities, and to connect with our community, visit amcfamily.com. Until next time, stay aligned.